Well, Mzansi, right about now, it is time for us to take to the skies, but not literally because we're still right here in the studio. But today we are profiling one of the most stressful careers that requires so much accuracy, excellence, as well as teamwork. What am I talking about? I'm talking about air traffic control. And today I am joined by Banzi, who is an air traffic controller. Welcome to the show, Banzi. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Lorraine.
Awesome. Now, you know, we've seen the movies, we've seen the tower. So many people have heard horror stories about air traffic control. But please take us through it, Banzi. Tell us, what is air traffic control all about?
Okay, Lorraine, air traffic controllers are highly trained professionals with specialized knowledge, abilities, and skills. Our main responsibility is basically to maintain a safe, orderly, expeditious flow of air traffic that's in and out of the airport and throughout the skies. We basically do this by applying separation rules so that we can keep the aircraft at the safe distance apart.
Wow. Now, I take it that it's a very stressful environment. And in my head, when I think about it, I see people just calculating, talking via radio, stressing with one another. Is it a highly stressful environment? And if so, why?
Okay, you must understand, air traffic control, what makes it more stressful is the fact that we at times experience abnormal situations where we most probably know that bad weather, storms coming through, or sometimes emergencies, or at times equipment failure, which can add a lot of pressure onto air traffic controllers in performing their duties.
Okay. Now, how do you keep calm in those moments?
You must understand, air traffic controllers are generally individuals who are well organized. They're firm in decision making, and they're able to have a high situation awareness.
That's so nice if you're firm in decision making, so you're not like, oh,
No.
what can I do? Oh my word. And you're not just stressing out in that way.
No.
Firm in decision making, I really like that. Now, it's all about the teamwork right here on H9 this week, and I want to know, like, what is the team dynamic like where your control room is concerned and just working with different pilots?
Okay, first of all, I've put some pictures for you guys to see, obviously. You must understand, our airspace is divided to different sectors. And we have, in each sector, obviously, we have different controllers. I'll give you an example. If you fly, say, for argument's sake, an aircraft departs Cape Town to OR Tambo, the first phase that we'll go through, it will go through what we call a clearance delivery, whereby they'll get a special clearance for that aircraft to fly between Cape Town and OR Tambo. Secondly, that clearance delivery will transfer control onto ground control. Ground control will give the aircraft clearance to start the engines, and from there, then they'll hand over that aircraft to the tower controller. Tower controller, they are the ones who will be able to look outside the tower and see if it's safe for the aircraft to line up onto the runway and give it a takeoff clearance. From there, then they hand it over to what they call an approach controller, who will be able to separate that departing aircraft from arriving aircraft.
Sure.
Once that is done, that responsibility gets handed over to what we call an area controller. Area controllers are one that will be separating aircraft that are en route. Once the aircraft, obviously, they've reached their cruising altitude, and they'll be able to separate from that with all other aircraft that are cruising out there.
Wow. So guys, sometimes you just see an aeroplane just flying in the sky and you just think it just got there by itself. There is a lot of teamwork that is involved. But Banzi, I need to ask you one more question. Hey, just before we go, very, very quickly, subjects that you need at high school if you want to pursue a career in air traffic control.
Okay, basically what the requirements that we're looking for is that at least you're 18 or older. That maths, I believe, and English, that you are proficient, and that you are also medical fit, not just physically, obviously mentally as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Banzi, thank you so much for being an inspiration. And I know so many kids today at home are sitting there and they're like, oh, I want to be just like Banzi. I want to try out this career. So I hope you guys will go and follow up with some research. Right about now, guys, we're going for a commercial break. When we come back, Miss Tracy Roslin is in the building.
9-9 hectic.